Deep in the heart of evergreen jungle stood a colossal fig tree, ancient, enormous, and full of life. Its thick branches stretched wide like the arms of a giant, and nestled among those branches were hundreds of nests belonging to a thriving colony of crows. Their king, the sharp and respected King Victor, governed them with wisdom and care. Life in the fig tree was vibrant and noisy, as crows love to be. Not far from this great tree, carved into the rocky hillside, was a dark and sprawling cave, home to an equally large flock of owls, ruled by the proud King Harrow. For generations, these two communities had been bitter enemies. The crows had the advantage of daylight. Whenever they spotted an owl foolish enough to venture out in the sun, they would chase it down. Without mercy, the owls, masters of the night, had their revenge after dark, swooping silently into the fig tree while the crows slept and snatching lives before morning came. The toll on both sides was heavy, but the crows suffered more. Night after night, they lost family and friends. One evening, King Victor called an urgent gathering on the highest branch of the great fig tree. The entire crow colony assembled, their black feathers glinting in the fading golden light. "My dear brothers and sisters," King Victor began, his voice grave and steady, "our lives are in serious danger. Our enemies are powerful, and because they see perfectly in the dark, they attack us while we sleep. We cannot fight back at night. We are blind in the darkness, and during the day they hide deep inside their cave, where even we cannot reach them. We are losing this war, and I need your wisdom." The council erupted with suggestions. Some said to abandon the fig tree and find a new home. Others said to forge a peace treaty. A few argued for finding new fighting tactics. Then, from the back of the crowd, a crow named Max fluttered forward and spoke in a calm, clear voice. "We should send a messenger to King Harrow," Max said, "and propose that we accept him as our ruler too. Show total submission, make the owls believe we have surrendered completely." The reaction was instant and explosive. The entire flock turned on Max with fury. Feathers flew as they beat him savagely with wings and beaks. "Traitor, how dare you even suggest we bow to those night crawlers?" they screamed. "You are banished from our community. If we ever see you in this tree again, we will finish you ourselves." Battered and bleeding, Max tumbled to the forest floor below. Unknown to anyone, a scout owl had been perched silently nearby, eavesdropping on every word. He rushed back to the cave with his news, eyes gleaming with excitement. "Great King Harrow," the scout announced breathlessly, "the crows are tearing themselves apart. They turned on one of their own and threw him out of the colony. The flock is in chaos. This is our moment. We should attack tonight and wipe them all out." King Harrow agreed enthusiastically. That very night, every owl in the cave launched a massive raid on the fig tree, only to find it completely deserted. Not a single crow remained. The branches were empty and silent. "Cowards!" King Harrow bellowed triumphantly. "They have fled because they fear us. Victory is ours." The owls hooted and celebrated loudly, perching across the bare branches and mocking the absent crows. It was then that a weak, raspy caw broke the silence from below. Max, still injured and lying near the roots of the tree, was discovered by King Harrow himself. "Why did your own kind do this to you?" King Harrow demanded. tilting his great feathered head curiously. Max winced and spoke in a trembling voice. "Because I told them the truth, Your Majesty. I said that King Harrow is noble and generous, that the wisest thing we could do is go to him, apologize humbly, and accept him as our king. I said he would forgive us and spare our lives, but King Victor had me beaten for it and threw me out. I have nowhere to go. I beg you, mighty king, take me under your protection." King Harrow stared at the broken crow, his chest puffed with pride at the flattery. Beside him, the old advisor Bruno stepped forward, his gray feathers bristling with unease. "My king," Bruno said quietly but firmly, "do not be deceived. This creature is our sworn enemy. We should end this now, before he causes us harm." King Harrow dismissed the warning with a wave of his wing. Another owl stepped in. "Your Majesty, think of what we could gain. This crow knows all of their secrets and their plans, their hiding spots, everything. Let us keep him close for now, and we will be able to crush all the crows in a single stroke." King Harrow liked the idea enormously. Max was welcomed into the cave with food and shelter. Days passed, and though Bruno repeatedly warned the king not to trust their guest, Harrow refused to listen. Max recovered steadily and behaved with quiet gratitude, never drawing suspicion with sudden questions or strange behavior. He simply watched, listened, and waited. Then one day, as the first chill of winter crept through the jungle, Max approached King Harrow with a concerned expression. "Your Majesty," he said respectfully, "the cold season is approaching fast. Owls need warmth. I know how to help. Please allow me to gather dry sticks and twigs. We can pile them at the cave entrance and light a fire to keep everyone warm. It is the least I can do to repay your kindness." King Harrow was charmed by the gesture. "Of course, my friend, you are most thoughtful," and so Max began. Day after day he flew out and returned with bundles of the driest twigs he could find. He stacked them carefully at the cave entrance, building a large pile that grew taller and thicker with every passing day. He also quietly tucked smaller bundles deep inside the cave, while the owls snoozed peacefully in the dark. One final morning, when Max was certain every owl inside was fast asleep, he slipped away into the jungle. He found a fallen branch smoldering from a lightning strike the night before. He carried the glowing ember back carefully and touched it to the pile of dry twigs at the cave mouth. The fire caught instantly. Flames roared to life, fueled by the enormous pile of tinder dry wood. Thick smoke poured into the cave. The blaze spread to the kindling Max had hidden inside. Within moments, the entire cave was an inferno. The owls, deep in their daytime sleep, never had a chance to escape. As the fire crackled and the smoke billowed into the morning sky, King Victor appeared overhead, leading the entire crow colony back to their beloved fig tree. They landed in their branches and watched the distant cave burn. Then King Victor turned to his people and spoke. "You must all have wondered," he said with a quiet smile, "how a crow we banished so harshly could be truly loyal to us. The answer is simple. Max was never a traitor. He was our hero from the very beginning. When we held our council meeting, an owl scout was listening from a nearby branch. I knew we needed someone the owls would believe had genuinely been cast out. So Max and I planned it all. He played his role perfectly, endured the beating, earned the enemy's trust, and completed his mission without a single mistake. The colony erupted in triumphant celebration. Crows cawed and danced on branches, filling evergreen jungle with their joyful noise. Max, battered, brave, and brilliantly patient, was carried up to the highest branch of the great fig tree, where King Victor himself placed a wreath of green leaves on his head. The great fig tree rang with songs of victory, and from that day forward, Max was remembered not just as a crow who survived, but as the one whose sharp mind had saved them all. Intelligence and patience are always more powerful than brute strength. A clever plan executed with courage can defeat even the mightiest enemy.